What are you doing? What are you doing? Here, come here. Hi, my name is Meredith. And this is Winston. My pride and joy. Here, you can sit right there. Alright. So, oh my god, what was I gonna say? Holy crap. Oh, yes, hi. My name is Meredith. I am a practicing pagan. I am on my 3rd year of paganism, and I am the January mentor of Witchcraft Monthly. And I'm so excited to be doing this. So excited to have my dog, I don't even know if you can see him. I don't even know. So excited to have my dog present with us. The topic for this month is Renew and Reset, which is really convenient. Because, oh, hi, hello, hello. We just passed Yule, and Yule is a holiday that marks the longest night of the year, the winter solstice, and it also represents new beginnings and rebirth, and we're also entering, what is it, the age of Aquarius as well, and the new year, January, where I'm thinking this video is coming out in January, so we're here, January 2021, we're starting off fresh and new, and I'm here to guide you through this video lesson. For this video, I'm planning on discussing different ways of doing certain things within witchcraft, like cleansing, meditation, manifestations, shadow work, like working on your spiritual well-being. Basically, the reason why I want to do that and express different ways of performing these actions is because, like, for the theme of January, which is Renew and Reset, you should be trying new things. Trying new things is literally so great, and it adds character development. So I think for the entirety of this video, the basic table of contents that I have for you guys is that we're going to start with discussing cleansing, meditation, and manifestation, go into shadow work and spiritual well-being, and then go into reflection time, where we will be doing some tarot spreads and oracle spreads. If you see me looking over here, that's my computer. That's basically the path I want to take with this video. And while I'm taking that path, I also want to express different ways you can perform these actions. Because of course, like when you're cleansing, you can always do smoke cleansing. That's like the #1 thing that people do when they're cleansing. But I'm going to present a different way of cleansing that you can do. Excuse me. Buddy, you're making a lot of noise up there. He's so cute. For meditation, I'm going to be expressing different ways you can meditate, or a new way that you probably didn't even know about. I think tarot and oracle spreads are going to be pretty straightforward, but for this video I will be discussing different ways you can perform these actions, because it's a new year. New year, new you, right? New year, new me. I'm probably not going to change a bit this year, but I will be trying to explain these in a different way. Sadly, Winston has left us. He's sitting right there on my bed. Don't look at me like that, little punk. So, the first thing I want to talk about under the topic... He's going to be making noise, I'm sorry. But under the topic of Renew and Reset is... Usually the first thing that I think about is like cleansing and meditation. Those are like 2 things that I absolutely adore doing, because if I can throw some transparency into this, I'm so lazy. I'm probably the laziest witch you're ever gonna meet. I like literally don't do anything. But my favorite things to do when I feel like doing something is cleansing and meditation. Some different forms of cleansing that you can incorporate into your everyday life, a new ritual you can perform to bring in this new year is, this is kind of like a ritual. I did this a couple days ago. It actually felt really good. It was a nice little release spell that I did. Basically, I got a list. I made a list. Oh my goodness. I made a list of all the things that I wanted to release from myself. Like, for example, poor coping skills. That was a big one. Like, if anything emotionally significant happened in my life, I would have some poor coping skills. So that was something I wanted to release from myself and maybe rewire that part of myself. Like, whatever might have been holding you back in the past year, you write it all down on a sheet of paper and then you burn it. Me being the pyromaniac that I am, that is just so much fun, burning a sheet of paper. Like, have you tried that? It's also so cinematic. I love it so much, and it feels really good because it feels like it's like a physical way of getting rid of something that you no longer need within your life. So that's a big form of cleansing that I did for myself, which is more of a ritual than it is like a cleansing method, but it still feels really good. Something else that I incorporated was, I don't do a lot of smoke cleansing. I don't, because it's smelly, and I mean, like, I'm lucky enough to have like my smoke detector disabled in my room. Like, it's literally broken. It's just a random opening in my ceiling, which is kind of weird. But I'm able to do smoke cleansing and burning rituals within my room because I don't have a smoke detector. But at the same time, it's so much work getting the smell out of your room. Like, if you don't like the smell, it takes a while to get the smell out of your room. The cleanup process is a lot. I mean, like, I'm not sleeping on smoke cleansing. I think it's great, it's nice, but like at the same time, it's a lot of work. Something that I opted for instead was doing ritual baths. Now, I'm not gonna have any like cut footage of my bathtub because we have like really tough water at my house. Like, we have so much water stain in my shower that it's just so unbelievably unappealing. So I don't want to show you like my orange shower. That's a little nasty, but you can imagine, we can visualize, right? I love ritual baths. I wish I did them more often. I don't because I'm so lazy. I am so lazy. It's really bad. But for this year, I did do a ritual bath. We recently, this was like 2 weeks ago, we had this really big rainstorm. My mom, like, I usually put like a small bowl outside when it's raining, but my mom put out like one of our huge mixing bowls outside, and I literally had, I don't have them anymore, but I had like 4 jars of this. This is rainwater. I had 4 jars of rainwater with me, and you know, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, well, what do I do with this? What do I do with this rainwater? And I was like, oh my god, a ritual bath. So I drew a bath and I poured my rainwater in that. And in addition to the bath, I got all of my favorite crystals, all of my favorite candles. Like, you don't need anything specific when you're going into a ritual bath unless you want to do color magic, candle magic, or you're working with specific stones. Preferably for me, I just picked the stones that were calling out to me. I picked the candles that I wanted to use because it was more of like a relaxing moment, something to pamper myself. And within the water, there was rainwater, right? But I am very partial to lavender. I love lavender with my entire soul. So I put, you know, like lavender essential oil in there. I put, you know, like the lavender flowers in there, little buds, and it was so amazing, so relaxing. I did a face mask too. Really great stuff. I think like ritual baths are things that are a little bit underrepresented within witchcraft because like not a lot of people want to go through the effort of having a ritual bath because honestly taking baths is a little bit uncommon nowadays. Like think about it. When was the last time you took a bath? When was the last time you took a bath? I don't know. I mean, I took one like last week. So like but that's also a really nice way of cleansing and pampering yourself, taking some time to yourself. You have the opportunity to be completely reflective when you're in the bathtub, and that's like, if you take that out of context, that's not gonna sound good. But think about it. In addition to being introspective while being in the bathtub, you can play meditative frequencies, and in addition to taking a bath, you can also meditate while you're in there. It's seriously the most perfect setting you could ever ask for. I think that's one of my favorite ways of cleansing. So, a recap of cleansing. There is the burning ritual that I discussed earlier. There is smoke cleansing, which I am not entirely a big fan of, but I'm really into it when I'm in the mood. There's also ritual baths, which are probably one of the best ways to cleanse yourself. It's a full body cleanse. You're sitting in that bathtub with your rainwater. Rainwater's not required, but it is a nice addition. With your rainwater and your herbs, and you're surrounded by candles and crystals, and it's so powerful. It is so powerful. I love meditation. Meditation is literally so amazing. However, I do know, including myself, like there are a lot of people who have trouble meditating. I did make a YouTube video on meditation once, and I had some of my friends work on it with me, where we talked about different forms of meditation, different reasons for meditating. And within that video, I talked about how, like, yeah, you can do the normal way, or like the mainstream way. That sounds rude, but you can do the mainstream way of meditation, where, you know, like you're sitting, your back is straight, you're controlling your breathing, your eyes are closed, you're controlling your thoughts, you're meditating, right? But sometimes that's a lot. Like that's a lot for some people. It's difficult. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I can like sit and be still and meditate. Other times, like I need to be doing things. I can't sit still. And during those times, I'm like, well, I want to meditate, but I can't sit still. So what do I do? There is this thing you can do called active meditation, which is a constant movement, constant like therapeutic movement, which allows you to have a calm state of mind while you're doing it. That can be like running, or painting, or watching a movie, or baking, or what do I like to do? Oh my god, I like to make friendship bracelets. This is so childish of me, but I love like crafting, making friendship bracelets, writing letters to my pen pals. Like those are very meditative, repetitive movements that allow me to have a nice meditative moment. And during that time in which you are doing active meditation, you are allowing yourself to, one, go through therapeutic repetitive motions, which is basically meditation with controlled breathing. And you're also allowing yourself to have that calmer state of mind. So usually while I'm meditating, for the theme of this month, which is Renew and Reset, while I meditated, I liked to sit there and think about, well, what do I want for this new year? Like, what am I thinking about? What do I want to manifest? So while I was like, I made like literally 19 presents for all of my friends. And so while I was putting those presents together, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, what do I want for this new year? What am I looking for? What am I manifesting? And, I started to make that, mental jumbled up list of things that I was like, okay, this is what I want for the new year. This is what I'm visualizing. After that meditative experience, I went into journaling, and I am such a strong advocate for journaling. A lot of people don't do it, and I don't know why. It is literally the most helpful thing in the world. Mainly because like I suffer from my own mental illness problems, and journaling is such a great outlet where you can just write down everything that's on your mind and then close the book and then just like toss it, and it's no longer a problem anymore. Usually when I get into an irritated state of mind, or I'm just like constantly on edge, frustrated and irritated, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna throw it away. So I'll write it down in my notebook and I'll just throw it. And that helps a lot, especially when you're meditating. You should always take notes, or I suggest, I'm not telling you what to do, but I suggest that you should always take notes on what you're meditating on, just so that it's easier to affirm what you're looking for and what you're working on, as well as it could serve as a manifestation. So, during my meditative state of mind, and I had that jumbled up list of like what I was visualizing for the next year, I went and I journaled about it. Basically, I just bullet point list all the things that I was thinking about, where my mind was going, navigating that path where I was just thinking for a solid half an hour. And after that, I was ready for some manifesting. Once you have that list created from your meditation, you're ready to manifest. So one of my favorite ways of manifesting, it's like, of course, you can write everything down, you can script it, 369 method. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's totally fine, you don't need to know what I'm talking about. But literally one of my favorite ways to manifest is with a playlist, like a music playlist. I made a playlist a while back. Well, fine. Sorry. I just read a text from one of my friends. Anyway, so where is it? Where is she? Where's the playlist? Where is it? When was the last time I listened to it? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I have this playlist. You probably can't see this, but it says 2021 must feel this way or else. Very threatening. But I basically made a playlist, which is just a whole menagerie of songs that exhibit the feelings that I want to have for 2021. Hi. Basically, well, I pet my dog. You're so cute. There's a lot of stuff going on in this playlist, but each song has the basic vibe that I want for 2021. Let's put up some example songs. Actually, I need to remove some of these songs because I don't listen to them. Every single time I come on here, I skip that song. Okay, so we have, so some of these are really not appropriate. Ooh, Saturday Night's Alright by Elton John. Babushka by Kate Bush. This is embarrassing. Death by Glamour by Toby Fox. If you guys know what that song is, props to you. Bright Lights Bigger City by CeeLo Green. Taxi Man by Illuminate. There's a bunch of Japanese 80s songs on here. Time Warp, but the version that's sung by Jack Black. This is so bad. But basically each one of these, it's so embarrassing. Each one of these songs has the basic vibe that I want for 2021. A lot of people are sleeping on manifestation playlists. Do it. Literally all you have to do, make a playlist, label it whatever you want, like 2021 manifestation, or, oh, he's falling asleep. You're so cute. Or 2021 vibes, feelings, what I want for 2021. And then you just put all the songs you want in there. They don't have to have like specifics, like lyrics or meanings behind the songs. If it just feels like what you want for 2021, then put it on the playlist, because that's what I did. If you want, I can like throw the link somewhere for this video. Yeah, so this playlist is all over the place. If you want to follow me on Spotify, it's Meredith Tokac. Look me up. Okay, my music taste is all over the place, so you'll probably find something you like. I have so many playlists on here, ranging from like heavy death metal to Indian folk music to Japanese 80s bangers to, what else is on here? Oh my god, rap songs. I listen to rap songs. I don't know. But whatever, it could help. It could help. My music's all over the place. It might help you visualize and see your manifestation for the new year with your playlist, right? Yeah, follow me on Spotify. But definitely, that's one of my favorite ways to manifest. Like, a majority of my playlists on here are based off of like current moods or aspirations or feelings that manifest through the amount of times I listen to the playlist. Now, you don't have to listen to it all the time. That's not what you have to do. But whenever you feel like, oh, I want to manifest again for the new year, boom, throw that playlist on shuffle and you're good to go. It's also super simple. That's like the easiest way you can manifest. All right, so now that we have cleansed, meditated, and manifested, the next segment I want to go into is shadow work, which is something that a lot of people don't like doing. Me too. I don't like it. But I'm gonna make this short and sweet because a lot of us are very reluctant to go through shadow work. And for those of you who don't know what shadow work is, it's basically reliving past experiences, traumas, or just moments within your life that weren't good. They were not good. And the reason why you go back and live through those moments is so that you can learn from them and become a better person. You can move forward with ease rather than being stuck in the past. So I'm gonna make this very broad because none of us like shadow work. But basically, after you have made your basic blueprint for the new year, there's probably some things that are still clinging on to you. There has to be something, right? Like, for example, I went through some really tough social situations through 2020. I mean, like, 2020 was a year, right? I'm not gonna say that it wasn't. 2021 is going to be hopefully better, but you have to think about the fact that, like, we have been through a crap load of stuff. All of us have gone through so much, a tremendous amount of pain. So this is definitely the time in which we need to be introspective. We need to reflect. We need to come to terms with whatever happened. No matter how big or small that situation was, it needs to be reflected upon. Finding that closure within yourself is the only way you're going to be able to move forward. So, some very broad and simple prompts you can use within your shadow work. You can ask yourself, what do I need to release? What is still holding on to me? What am I still holding on to? You can also ask yourself, what is something I haven't thought about in a while? What is something that I'd rather forget than forgive? Touching upon those really tough things is the only way you're going to be able to move forward. Especially since the theme for this month and the past holidays that we've been through is new beginnings, rebirth, renew, and reset. It's definitely the perfect time to make time for bettering yourself. Because if you're going to go through a rebirthing period, you can't be rebirthed without finding that closure within your past experiences. That also leads into spiritual well-being. Your spiritual well-being is probably the most important thing. There are times where I have felt so unbelievably unmotivated within my practice. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that's me right now. I'm so unmotivated right now. I literally don't do anything. And I'm not just saying that because, like, oh, I'm a lazy witch, I'm making a joke about it. No, I literally don't do anything anymore. I don't, because I've found this void of just a lack of serious motivation. Recently, I've been trying to, get back on it, with Yule. I did some witchy things, it was fun. And ever since then, I've been working on getting back on track. But sometimes you can find yourself in a place where you just don't want to do it. You don't have the motivation, you don't have the energy, because we all know that witchcraft takes up a lot of energy. But checking in on yourself, especially after doing shadow work, is something that is so unbelievably important. And that's where I'm at right now. The reason why I'm unmotivated is because I did some serious shadow work and now I'm just dead. I'm so dead. But a lot of people think that, like, okay, now that I've done my shadow work, that's it, everything's good now. That's not it. You need to check in on yourself. You need to see what needs to be prioritized, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be renewed and reset. You can't just think that shadow work is going to do all the work for you. Yeah, you just relived that past experience and trauma, but that doesn't mean that it's gone. That doesn't mean that you're done. You have to work on it. You have to reflect. You have to journal about it, meditate on it. It's a long process. It's a long and rewarding process. It's painful, it is, but learning to release those parts of yourself that no longer serve you is so beneficial to your spiritual well-being. Clears up the chakras, gets them back in a line. That was a poor joke, but you understand what I'm saying. It's very important. All right, next topic of discussion. Now that we are in a reflective moment, tarot and oracle spreads. I just got this oracle deck like literally 2 days ago, and it's so gorgeous. It's all hollow and beautiful, and I'm in love with it. And this is one of my favorite tarot decks. 10 out of 10, I recommend these two. They're beautiful and gorgeous. I love them with my entire soul. But a great way to reflect upon a moment. Oh, he's stretching. A great way to reflect upon a tough moment is going through a tarot spread. It can also help guide you through that tough moment, that tough shadow work conversation. I don't know. But I do have some spreads to share with you as to what you can do. You can use this as a reflective piece based off of your shadow work and spiritual well-being, or you can use it as, you know, what does this new year have in store for me? What do I need to work on? What do I need to focus on? Whatever you want to do, I'm going to give you some suggestive spreads. But before I do that, let's talk about tarot and oracle, because there might be some people out there who don't know the difference, and I'm just going to be very broad and basic. So tarot cards are cards that have their own specific meanings. Like if you get, it doesn't matter what tarot card deck you get, each one of the cards has the same meaning. Reversed or upright, you can literally buy, like, for example, I have, oh, this is gonna take a hot minute to get to. Bear with me while I dig out my tarot book. There we go. But it doesn't matter what tarot deck I use, I can always use this big book, which has the meanings behind literally every single card. That's what tarot decks are. They're very, I wouldn't say they're very specific, but they're easier to interpret because they all have their own set specific meanings. Oracle decks, on the other hand, they have their own specific meanings depending on what deck you get. Each deck is different. Oracle cards are more interpretive, as tarot cards are a bit more specific. Like, for example, in the Elemental Oracle, let me just pull out, like, let's see, North. You will not find North in a regular tarot set. You won't find Rain. You won't find that in there. You won't find Rain in another Oracle deck either. They're all different. Also, it's gorgeous. Look at how freaking gorgeous this deck is. Oh my goodness. But you will not find these, like, you won't find this set of cards in any other tarot deck. If I were to open up my tarot deck and pull out, what is that? 10 of Swords. You can't find that in that Oracle deck because it's not the same. And this has its own specific meaning. This has its own specific meaning. They all have their own specific meanings, but they're completely different. So I have some spreads to share with you, and can you stop? Sir? Hello? Hi. What's going on? Come here. Okay. Winston and I are going to share with you some spreads, and we hope you enjoy. Okay, so with your Oracle deck or Tarot deck, this is my beautiful Oracle deck. just to play along with our theme of the month, which is renew and reset, you can put down 2 cards, one for renew and one for reset. And you flip them over, and we're gonna look at how gorgeous these cards are. I'm not actually like legitimately using this as a reading. I'm just seeing what's down, and these are beautiful. Do you see that? Do you see this? Do you see how gorgeous that is? Like, come on. Come on. So one card would be like, okay, what do you need to renew for this year? What is something that you need to bring back and revamp, rewire? And for reset, it can be something like, what is something that you should probably take back a bit? What is something that needs to be taken away and brought forward in place? So that's a renew and reset. So if you want to be a bit more introspective and you're in that shadow work phase of cleansing and reflecting, you can do a 3-card spread. You can start off with, like, what is the root of the problem? What is something that I've been holding on to and need to release? How can I release this? What is the solution to the problem? And then how can I move forward? You can move around the meanings for these 3-card spreads as much as you want. You can tailor it to your own state of mind, your own subject matter. I'm also turning these over again because they're just so pretty. But definitely take that opportunity and chance to reflect upon your own shadow work within a tarot spread. Another spread you can do is a 12-card spread. If you want to learn about your entire year ahead of you, a 12-card spread works. It's 1 card for each month. So for example, this is January, and then February, March, April. This isn't an actual reading, like I said before. This is just an example. Also, a nice way to look at how beautiful these cards are. So each card represents each month of the year. Oh, these cards are so pretty! But basically, you'd go through and you'd read each one of the cards, relate it to the month, journal about it, and look back on it whenever you can. Okay, that's about it for this little lesson video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful new year. 2021 better be a good year. And thank you so much for letting me be your January mentor of the month. This was so much fun and such a wonderful opportunity.